Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I've shared a video. I've been a little sick and just busy with life, but today I wanted to share a variation of my 15-minute warm-up before I teach a pole class. So usually every class I do something similar to this. Sometimes I change it up, add something new, add different conditioning things. Anyways, so let's get started. We're gonna start on all fours. We're gonna warm up the spine by inhale, dropping the belly, looking up in your cow pose, and exhale, tucking chin to chest in your cat pose. Inhale, drop the belly, look up, and exhale, tuck chin to chest. Inhale, drop the belly, look up, exhale, tuck chin to chest. Awesome. Come back to a neutral spine. We're gonna play with the internal and external rotation of the hip while also balancing and warming up the core. So extend your right leg out, flex the foot. I want you to first turn your right foot so that the toes are turned towards the right, and see how that rotates the hip out. Next, I want you to turn the toes to the left towards your left leg and see how that turns your hip in. Now we're going to turn the toes neutrally towards the floor, and I want you to extend your left arm out, and we're going to curl, tucking chin to chest. Bring your left elbow to right knee. Extend, straighten everything out, reaching as far as you can, and exhale, knee to elbow. Extend, knee to elbow. Extend, bend your right leg, reach around with your left arm, and kick up with your foot, look up at the ceiling. Hold for one deep breath, and come back to your tabletop. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Extend your left foot so that your toes are flexed. Start by turning the toes to the left, seeing how your hip rotates out. Then turn the toes towards the right and see how that forces your hip to turn in. And that's your internal and external hip rotation. We're going to flex the foot, bend it up towards the sky, reach with your, straighten the leg, reach out with your right hand. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Extend, knee to elbow, and extend. Cool. Now bend your left foot, reach around with your right hand. Inhale, drop the belly, look up at the ceiling, kick your foot into your hand, getting a nice stretch in the shoulders, and let's release. Cool. Let's come into our bear pose. So make sure your toes are not flexed. You're pointing your toes. We're just gonna lift the knees off the ground as if you're kicking into the floor. From here, I want you to lift your left foot back down to the floor. Now lift your right foot off and back down to the floor. We're essentially strengthening our core and our ankles here. Cool. Come back to the floor in your regular tabletop. We're gonna press back into our child's pose. From here, we're going to press our chest to the floor and keep our booty lifted. And then eventually our hips are going to come to the floor as we lift into our cobra. Bend your left leg, look over your left shoulder. Bend your right leg, look over your right shoulder. One more time on each side. Left leg bends, then right leg bends. We're going to tuck like someone's punching you in the belly and sink it back. Cool. One more time. We're going to dive down, chest to the floor, coming up into your cobra. Look over each shoulder, bending each leg, and tuck. Think cat pose, back to child's pose. One last time. Chin to chest. Look over each shoulder. And then like someone's punching you in the stomach, back into your child's pose. Cool. Next, we're going to plant our forehead on the mat. And we're going to lift right hand, thumb up 10 times. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side, left hand, thumb up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next, we're going to do both hands. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cool. Let's tuck the toes coming into our down dog. Pedal the feet out. Lift your right leg up. Let your leg bend and your foot fall behind you. Look under your right shoulder. And then come back to neutral, turning the hip down. Bring your knee to chest. Plant. Straighten the front leg. We're in this really large triangle pose, rocking back and forth. And then bend into your front leg. Plant that back knee on the ground. Untuck the toes. We're in our deep lunge. So allow the hips to drop. You can plant your hands on the knees. Look up at the ceiling. Keep the shoulders down and away from the ears. And back to neutral. Pull everything back. Your head, chest, hips are stacked in a straight line. You might need to pull your front foot in a bit. Try to make 90 degrees with both legs. And we're going to tuck the back toes. From here, we're not trying to get a lift. We're just trying to stay as low as possible and just peel the heel back. Keep your pelvis tilted forward, the core is engaged. And we'll hold this for 1 or 2 deep breaths. Maintaining that core engagement, and we come down. From here, we come into our half split. So try to maintain a flat back, try not to hunch. Keep your chest lifted forward, and we point and flex the toes. Always try to keep that back foot so that it's pointed, so you're not flexing the back toes. And then we're going to bend that front leg, coming into our lunge. Walk the foot to the left side of the mat. As we come into our pigeon pose, walk the hands down. Walk the hands back. We're going to practice our mermaid pose, so bending that back leg in. You can grab that back foot. Start by hooking your elbow around your foot and reach your opposite arm up and back. Keep your chest lifted. Look up towards your right elbow. If you want to take this a little deeper, see if you can grab your back foot with your right hand. Left hand comes through the hole. And look up at the ceiling. Tilt your elbow up towards the ceiling. Take some deep breaths. And slowly come out of it. Gently release that back foot. Hands on the mat, we're coming back into our down dog. Left leg lifts up. Let your left leg bend and fall back behind you. Look under your left shoulder. And hips come back to neutral. We're going to bring our knee to chest. Plant. Straighten that front leg. We are in our deep pyramid pose, triangle pose. I guess this is pyramid pose. Rock back and forth. Getting a deeper hamstring stretch. And then bend that front leg. Plant your back knee on the ground, untuck those back toes. Hands can come on the knees as we drop our hips forward and look up at the ceiling. In our deep lunge. And then coming back, pull everything back, stacking head, chest, hips. You can bring that front foot back. We want to create 90 degrees with both legs. And then we're going to tuck the back toes, peel the heel back. Keep your pelvis tilted forward, your core is engaged. Hold for 2 deep breaths. And then we release to the ground. We're going to come into our half split. So you can walk the hands forward a bit. We're going to flex and point that front foot. You can wiggle the toes side to side like you're waving to someone. Again, try not to hunch. Try to maintain your chest up, lifted, making a flat back. From here, we're going to come back into our lunge. Walk the foot to the right side of the mat as we come into our pigeon pose. Inhale and exhale. Walk the hands forward. Walk the hands back. We're going to bend that back leg. Hook around with your right arm. Hook that right foot with your right arm and reach left arm up and back. Look up at the ceiling. Keep your chest lifted. And for a more challenging variation, grab your right foot with your left hand and sweep your right hand through this little hole as you lift up towards the ceiling. Slowly come out of that and slowly release your back foot. From here, I'm going to sweep my body around so that I'm facing the long edge of the mat as we come into our straddle practice. So coming into a straddle, flexing the feet, we're going to bend the legs a bit as if you're digging the yoga mat closer to you. You're going to use your hands on the outer edge of the knee to push as you externally rotate your knees out. So we'll hold that for 10 seconds, really digging into the floor. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten, point the toes, walk the hands forward. Sway a little side to side. Walk the hands back. Bring the soles of the feet together. Start by actively engaging your knees down to the floor before you press with your elbows. So start by externally rotating and then press with your elbows. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to end with a little bit of core. So we're going to come to face the front edge of the mat and lie down. We're going to start by practicing our air walks. So straighten one leg, point the toe, and bring it down. Straighten the other leg, pointing the toes, then bring it down. As you do that, the right leg comes in and straightens and comes down. Really try to straighten and extend as much as you can. We're taking this really slow. Keep going. Take your time. Awesome. Next, we're going to try this on our elbows or forearms. So instead of lying down fully on the back, straightening one leg, bringing it down, straightening the other leg, and bringing it down. Nice, slow, and gentle air walks. You'll definitely start to feel this in the core. Try to keep it as fluid as possible and try to really extend and squeeze your quads as you straighten the leg. Awesome. Let's come up into our seat and end with some gentle neck stretches, tilting right ear to right shoulder, chin to chest, left ear to left shoulder, chin to chest. And just rock back and forth a couple times here. Awesome. Cool. I hope this was helpful for you. Please feel free to do more and watch other videos if you feel like you need a little more of some heat in your body. But otherwise, that's it. So thanks for watching.